The first time Commander Lyra Vey heard the whisper, she thought it was a malfunction in her helmet's comms. The second time, when the ground itself vibrated with a pulse like the beating of a colossal heart, she knew it wasn't equipment failure. The planet Vyrexia was infamous. An uncharted world on the edge of the Narthos cluster, scarred by endless volcanic storms and cloaked in ash, it was said to be the hunting ground of the Drathar, the galaxy's most feared predator. The creature was no myth. Records described it as a living apocalypse, a being that devoured entire colonies, its scales harder than plasma-forged steel, its eyes burning like suns. Armadas had tried and failed to kill it. Empires had spent fortunes trying to capture or destroy it. Every attempt ended the same way, with silence. No ship returned. No warrior survived. And yet Lyra had come. Her people, the Vayari, had warred with humanity for decades. Skirmishes over trade routes, colonies, and influence had spilled rivers of blood. But now whispers claimed that a human, one single human, was alive here on Vyrexia. Stranger still, he was said to command the very beast that had resisted extinction for centuries. Lyra didn't believe it at first. But the Vayari High Council had ordered her to investigate. If true, it would mean disaster for her kind. So she descended, armored in obsidian-black exoplating, weapons humming at her sides, and her silver eyes sharp with skepticism. Arrival. The air of Vyrexia was heavy with toxins, but her suit filtered it. Volcanic ash fell like snow, coating the jagged terrain. Lightning forked across blood-red skies. Every step she took crunched over blackened bones, remnants of creatures less fortunate. Then came the roar. It was unlike anything she had ever heard. A low, resonant sound that rattled her bones, primal and ancient. She crouched, hand on her plasma rifle, scanning. In the distance, shadows moved. Something vast, lumbering, and yet graceful, as if the mountain itself had risen to walk. The Drathar. Its body was an obsidian mountain covered in jagged spines. Its wings, leathery and immense, blotted out the ash-filled sky when they spread. And its head, a grotesque crown of horns, with a maw large enough to swallow dropships whole. Lyra froze. She knew what came next. Screams. Fire. But instead she heard a voice. Easy, friend. Easy. From the shadows beneath the beast's claws stepped a man. Human. His armor was nothing advanced. Stitched leather, some scraps of steel weather-beaten. His face was rugged, bearded. His dark hair tangled by the wind. But his eyes, they were calm, steady, utterly unafraid. And the Drathar lowered its monstrous head to him like a loyal hound. Lyra couldn't breathe. It was impossible. Yet here it was. The human. He saw her. Even through the ash and haze. He noticed her, standing rigid with disbelief. Instead of raising a weapon, he simply gave her a look that was almost curious. "You're not from around here," he said, voice carrying strangely well in the storm. Lyra aimed her rifle. "Explain yourself, human. How is this possible? How are you still alive?" He chuckled, scratching the Drathar's chin, earning a low rumble of contentment from the beast. "Name's Kale. And alive. Well, depends on how you define it. I've been here a long time. Long enough to understand things most people don't." Her jaw tightened. "That creature, no one commands it." "You're right," Kale said. "No one commands the Drathar. You don't tame it like a pet. Oh, listen. You learn. And if it doesn't kill you, if you're patient enough, maybe it lets you stay." The casual way he spoke made her bristle. She was a decorated commander, a warrior who had faced battle fleets and assassins. Yet this human, stranded and alone, spoke with the ease of a sovereign. You lie, she hissed. The Drathar has destroyed entire fleets. Why would it spare you? Kale's eyes grew distant. Because I didn't come here to kill it. I came here because I had nothing left to lose. My people abandoned me. My family died in the wars. Out here, it was either die screaming like the rest, or find a reason to live. Turns out, survival isn't about domination. It's about respect. Lyra's grip on her rifle faltered. Something in his tone, grief, resolve, struck her deeper than she expected. Still, duty demanded she return with answers. You will come with me. My people must see this. If the Veari learn humanity controls such a beast. Her words cut off as Kale laughed sharply. You think I'm doing this for humanity? Well, they left me to rot. This is bigger than your wars, alien. This is about balance. The galaxy fears what it doesn't understand. Maybe it should. The Drathar's massive golden eye fixed on her, unblinking. For the first time in years, Lyra felt small. Tess. Kale stepped closer. If you're here, the council must be worried. But you'll never understand unless you try. Try what? Stand before it. Don't shoot. Don't run. Just stand. Lyra's blood chilled. Was he insane? No one survived in the Drathar's shadow. Yet his gaze was unwavering, and something deep inside her rebelled against the idea of showing fear. So she lowered her weapon, lifted her chin, and walked forward. The ground shook with each breath of the beast. Its fangs gleamed, each the size of a sword. Heat rolled from its maw, carrying the stench of ancient carnage. Her instincts screamed at her to run. But she stood. Seconds dragged like eternities. The Drathar exhaled, hot wind nearly knocking her over. Its massive head dipped, and for a fleeting moment its eye met hers. There was intelligence there, something vast and unknowable. It could kill her instantly. But it didn't. Instead, it turned back to Kale with a guttural rumble, almost like approval. Lyra staggered back, heart pounding. Kale only smiled. Now you see. The revelation. They made camp that night in a cave of molten stone, the Drathar coiled outside like a mountain at rest. Lyra watched as Kale prepared food from scavenged plants and meats, living like a nomad. Why stay here? She asked finally. With that creature at your side, you could be a god among the stars. No empire could oppose you. Kale shook his head. That's the problem. Every empire thinks in terms of power, domination, weapons. But the Drathar isn't a weapon. It's a guardian. This planet, these storms, the balance of things, it's all connected. If I took it away, unleashed it on your wars, I'd just be another tyrant. I won't do that. Lyra studied him in silence. He spoke with a conviction few leaders possessed. For the first time, she wondered if humanity's strength lay not in their fleets, but in their resilience, their stubborn will to find meaning where others saw only ruin. But then Kale's tone darkened. The council won't understand, will they? They'll want to capture it, harness it, use it. And that, his hand tightened on a blade, will force me to protect it. At any cost. Conflict. Days passed. Lyra sent no signal home. She told herself it was because the storms interfered. In truth, she hesitated. The Veari would see only a weapon to be claimed, or destroyed. But her silence could not last. A fleet arrived, piercing the storm clouds with burning light. Veari warships descended, engines roaring, weapons primed. Kale's face hardened. You told them. I didn't. Lyra protested, but guilt gnawed at her. She had been gone too long. The council must have tracked her beacon.